Hi guys. So a lot of people have been inquiring about the intro. The intro is 10 minutes long. So if you want to skip the intro, just skip 10 minutes and it will take you straight to the content. Skip 10 minutes and it will take you 10 minutes, 10 minutes later, go on the 10-minute mark and it will take you straight to the Foodie Beauty content. Thank you.
I don't know, but...
Now, you know what you need, Chantal? You need to get your butt out of the Middle East. You need to go back to Canada, and you need to start living a life that isn't just a big scam. I mean, this is silly. You're going to be 40 years old. You're out here, following some 29-year-old thinking that he's going to love you and marry you and make a life with you and whatever. Girl, come on. He laughs at you. He makes fun of you. Why do you think you're over there with him? Because you guys are living it up? Yeah, you really look like you're living it up. You really look like you're happy. What you need to do is you need to go back to Canada. You need to start putting in hard work. And you need to, if a relationship is really what you want, if that's your end game in life, I know it is for some people. If that's really what you want, someone to love you, someone to call you baby, someone to give you affirmations, whatever. Slow steps. Whatever. Get on the dating apps, work on yourself, get back to a point where you can walk for more than a minute without getting dizzy. That would, if I were in that place, that would be my number one priority. Not who's going to call me baby when I put my head down at night. Girl, come on. You're not going to be able to heal in this environment, let alone thrive. You're talking about energy. You're sitting here telling us how you're about to fall asleep.
So you're getting help. And you want to dunk on Chantel? And that's why I think Shannon and FFG's chemistry is so beautiful, because they're so similar. FFG has to be the hero. That's why she has to always dunk on Chantel with something. Like when she did the thing with BBJ, I stand on this. She did her big one. She did her big one with that one. Especially with the way Chantel was running her mouth talking about FFG's dogs and all. When I saw her pull that off, I said, leave it to Chantel to have me applaud FFG. I was pissed. I was like, oh, this was so good. She trolled the fuck out of you. Oh my God. So, just so we're clear, and you heard it here first. What happened with BBJ? Rescuing BBJ? The BBJ rescue to FFG will be with the 89 LBs are to Amber. You will always hear about it for years to come. Always. That's never going to die. She did her big one. She had to make it public. And for those saying, oh, it was for the money, I think you guys forget, I've said this before, multiple things can be right at once. She did her big one and definitely helped BBJ, because at this point I think almost anybody's better than Chantel. But yes, of course it was for the money. If it wasn't for the money, she wouldn't have made it public. Of course it was for the money. Are you kidding? The bitch held she shopped for BBJ's collar on stream. She shopped for a cat to get a Gucci collar for a cat. Of course it was for money. But I'm not going to take away the fact that, at least she got BBJ. But yes, it was for money. Yes, it was for content. Are you crazy? That is her 89 LBs, bitch. She is never letting that go. That will always be content in some way.
Isms. So, French fried girls should be worried because Chantal was threatening to sue again. Shadowed that she might have returned to Canada to handle some other business, and she would handle that while she was there. I would be terrified if I was French fried girl. So terrified. This is the woman who couldn't even make a vet appointment, and she's going to coordinate a multi-person lawsuit because she felt duped about her cat being given to somebody else, by her to somebody else. But she couldn't tell you who because the selfish bitch wouldn't even walk down the stairs to go say bye. She handed it to Pete's. Again, many reasons we can't follow through with our commitments. So, and Chantal doesn't have much tolerance for distress or discomfort. If something isn't exactly the way she wants to eat it, she's not going to eat it. If it's not the right temperature, she's not going to eat it. So you would think someone as large as her would be much more picky. but or be much less picky. But actually, some of the more morbidly obese people I know are rather picky about their food. And like other folks who deal with addiction, can get pretty nasty if they don't get what they want. How many people think that they've probably fought about food a couple times already? I'm sure he was fine with her coming over, but she farted out a bunch of promises initially that she was I'm gonna go to the gym and lose weight, and it'll be great, and I'll be going to the beach, and we'll be travel beezing. If you're too fat for a plane, you gotta do something. Because now you can't even get out of there in a hurry if you need to. There's no shame in buying 2 plane seats if you need them, but if you don't like that you need them, or that you're cutting it close to needing them, whose job is it to change the shape of Chantal's body? Yours? Mine? A pill? Some Ozempic? No, it comes down to Chantal and what she chooses to do. At this point, she's had more resources and opportunities and access to treatment over the years that most people don't give a shit how she feels, or that she probably can't handle all of her ADLs maybe on her own, because she was always such a nasty, self-centered person that her discomfort brings people pleasure. We've heard of schadenfreude. It's the same sort of thing.
So we saw some boats pass by while we were hanging out by the riverside, and decided after we were done hanging out by the river to see if we could find a dock and take a boat ride ourselves. On our way,
it was his hard-earned money to try to buy her food that would support her health. And then either she ordered it without him, or he came to reason of, look, I don't love you so much that $250 isn't worth risking your health to me. So if you really love me, Chantal, really, really love me, you'll go on there, eat yourself half to death, and give me the cash. So, I don't know. And she wants privacy. Okay. And where's your husband? Where's your husband? Where's your husband? Where's your husband? He's out with the boys. Thailand, from what I understand, has a very, very active sex scene. So, I'm sure he'll text you. But at any rate, this week we're going to... But she's sitting there, not a lot of people around, but it was the old eyes darting. Remember the outhouse? Or going for Burger King and then sitting in the parking lot, full face of makeup, looking all over the place to see who's looking and who's watching. She's out proud and doesn't care, but hawks like she's ashamed of what she's engaging in. So when she's sitting there with Sala eating, and there's people, not a lot of people, because they go everywhere when it's closed. She's afraid of people, and they want to be able to film, and they're weird. They're weird. She likes getting attention, but standing out doesn't really, I think she probably feels like people are staring, because they are staring. It's a spectacle. She's 4 times the size of a normal woman. So I think people are going to stare. That shouldn't be unexpected. Is it rude? Is it cruel? I don't know. Bottom line, it shouldn't be unexpected. And to act shocked would be kind of stupid as well. You've read about it a little bit and saw it on TikTok. Please look better after yourself. Take better care of yourself. If not you, for your husband that you told us you love so much. How much do you love him if you're willing to eat yourself to death because it's too difficult to try to get better beyond 36 hours? If you're not a 12-stepper, but the bondage of self. She's so obsessed with meeting her own wants and needs that she, to her inadvertently, steps on people and hurts people in that way. There's another side of Chantal that is a complete sociopath and pretty much doesn't care about feelings, doesn't know how to act. That's why we had the wedding cake and candles, and she erupted like she was going to shit her pants, because she doesn't know what happiness feels like, so she doesn't demonstrate what it looks like. She doesn't know love. She doesn't know any of those feelings. And so with all this spinning in her head, her marriage on the line, her citizenship being up, she goes on a diet.
One, I'm pretty, okay? That has a lot, and I don't mean that to be conceited. I'm being very matter of fact. Being pretty gets you a lot of privilege. I'm just saying, you can get away with a lot if you're pretty. Number one, I'm pretty.
Okay, guys, so this is the trailer for Femme. It's been released in Europe, but it's out. It's a thriller, and I've seen it. It's a fantastic film. It is out in Spain, and it is out in the US on March the 22nd. So here is the trailer.
Well, you can turn around if you're a fucking man.
You're letting them win.
How do you want to deal with that?
I think you're a nice looking lad. Where you from? I'm a nice guy. If you disrespect me, fuck you up.
You get that? Yeah, I'm the same.
Oh, you know. You a fucking big man. I best remember not to fuck with you then.
Hi guys, and welcome to Tailored Talk. This is just a short one. First off, I just think it's weird that Foodie trashed FFG's mother, literally wished death on FFG multiple times, saying that she hoped she'd get basically whacked in the stoning pit. After a day later, then goes back on YouTube, back to her normal rice and kebab, back to pasta mukbangs, like it didn't happen. And it's so weird because we all know that she got mass reported, and I'm so shocked that she didn't get another strike or suspension. But last night, I watched Smile, the first film, created by Finn Parker, and was reminded of this Foodie Beauty and FFG situation. Now, if you haven't, Smile 2, with Naomi, let's take a look, with Naomi Scott, that's just come out, as the Naomi is the pop star that experiences the demon. That's just come out, but I've just seen the first film. And if you haven't watched it, Smile is about, the first film is about a doctor called Rose Cotter that is tormented by a smiling demon. And here's the thing that will interest you. The main character, Rose, her mother passed away when she was younger, and the smile demon constantly manipulates her mind and exploits her mother's death in order to mentally break Rose. Now guys, does that remind you of anybody? I think that Foodie Beauty is doing everything she can to, one, make FFG have some kind of mental breakdown on YouTube, and two, she wants FFG to explode and either on YouTube and either get a strike or get suspended. That I think that's what she's looking for, because I'm just thinking to myself, why is Foodie going really low? And I think that she's going like sewer level low, so that FFG will rage and it will cost her channel. But Foodie's plan didn't work, because Foodie, like the farms say, the farms do get it right sometimes. Foodie has very narcissistic qualities, and she just assumes that everyone around her, she just assumes that everybody is like her. So when people go low with her, she goes nuclear, and she wanted FFG to do the same. So she went really low, mentions her dead mother, calls her dead mother ugly, says F you and your dead mum, posts her picture, and then puts fake teeth on it to make her look bad. So she goes calls her mother worm food. She goes really, really low with FFG because she wants FFG to go nuclear the way that she does. And it didn't work. Foodie's plan didn't work. FFG didn't rage. She just called Foodie out like she usually does. got thousands of dollars in super chats, so much so that she got ranked like top 10 on YouTube in super chats, and then went on another platform called Kick, and then she raged there, and all her subs followed her to Kick. So Foodie's plan didn't work. I do think that Chantal is getting help behind the scenes, getting advice from other creators, but now I think she's trying to get FFG in trouble with YouTube, and like the Smart Monster, she's using FFG's mother to do it. She's trying to push FFG to the brink so that FFG will go scorched earth and that her channel will be affected. She's trying to sneakily try to push FFG off YouTube as a way to kind of, say that she won, and as a way to kind of punish FFG for everything, including the BBJ situation. Guys, can I just add that I think Foodie Chantal also resents FFG because, one, FFG is her mother's only daughter. And I think she resents that because Foodie wants to be her mother's only daughter. She never wanted a little sister. Number two is that Foodie resents FFG because FFG had a really amazing relationship with her mother, and Foodie has never had that. I'll just add, FFG has an amazing relationship with both of her parents, and I think for Chantal, that's a problem for her because she's jealous. And I think that Chantal really resents FFG for that, because a mother-daughter relationship, a strong mother-daughter relationship, is something that Chantal has always wanted, and she's never had that. One, because she was a problem child, and two, because she's always had to share her mother with her little sister, and she's always hated that. So I think there's a lot of resentment there for the fact that FFG had a really close, beautiful relationship with her mother, and Foodie doesn't have that, and has never had that, and hates FFG for that. It's all projection. Okay, guys, if you're still here, this was a short one. Thank you for watching. Thanks for listening. I will see you very soon.